Books of Disaster, brought to you by Truly. No, it's not sponsored, but yeah, I need a drink for this one. Books of Disaster. Let's get into it. The scenario is clients' books are a complete disaster. QuickBooks has some, not all transactions, and even those that are posted are not accurately posted. Reconciliations are always not done because not all transactions are in the books, and chart of accounts, on top of all this, are a mess too. So this is just a complete disaster, and I'm recording this in January. So yeah, if you're a tax professional and this is what you're seeing, yeah, you might need to hire a professional. Ta-da! Hence the drink. Cheers. First question here is, what is the goal? Let's make sure that we're on the same page here. The goal is just tax returns. The client at the moment is not in dire need to see um, a P&L statement that is chock full of details and nuances like, you know, cost accounting, things like cost of goods sold, work in progress, direct and indirect costs. They don't need to see an in-depth inventory accounting to be done. No, what they need is their tax returns to be done. If their returns need to be done, the tax professional needs to have everything they need to do their job. Then we need financial statements that are quote unquote quick and dirty, hence the drink. Quick and dirty financials are built to serve the tax professional so they can effectively and accurately file tax returns. So you don't need things like cost accounting. Um, you don't need to have inventory up to the minutia. You really just need just enough GAAP compliant financials so you can take the baton from the bookkeeper like myself and work on the damn returns. Quick and dirty financials continued. There's no details filled out for clients. I mean, if there's just money coming in, it's just clients, right? If it's not income, sales, revenue, then it's going to be put on the balance sheet side, right? There's no vendors that's going to be filled out, so we're not going to see an in-depth analysis on which vendors and how much we pay them over what period. No, we're not going to fill out those details. None of that. It's quick and dirty. No payroll details. If you want payroll details, go into the payroll service provider like Gusto, like Paychex. Log in and see all the payroll details, all the goodies, all the salaries and payroll taxes and so on and so forth. But nothing, not in the financials. No, we don't have time for that. The 1099 contractors, though, however, though, will be lumped in one nice little expense item. Make sure we get the income and expense right. That's the most important part here. If it's money coming into the business that's not income, that's not sales, that's not revenue, then it needs to be on the balance sheet side. Likewise, there's money coming out of here that's not business expense related. Maybe it's an owner distribution. Maybe it's an owner due to from. Maybe it's an owner loan. It's a loan from the business to the owner. Everything else just goes to the balance sheet side. We'll figure that out later. If there is in this disastrous bucks, if there is such a thing as a depreciation, amortization, prepaid schedule, then yippee! We get to we get to work on that, take that, update that, and plug it in. Plug and chug. That's the name of the game here. Plug and chug. The second question we have here, which is probably my favorite. Do we need to start a new QuickBooks? Probably yes. If at least two of the below is true. Let's see. All the transactions are not posted. The transactions posted aren't posted right. And chart of accounts needs work. Quick example. I once was working on a client's books where they had a chart of accounts, and for one reason or another, they decided that every vendor needed its own expense line item. I could see why they were thinking that, but it also made a hell of a lot more work, and things can get very hairy because garbage in, garbage out. If you're not on top of keeping that accurate, on top of posting each expense item to each vendor, then putting it into the right vendor line item in the P&L, it's much more work and much more room for error. And of course, there were errors. So that particular scenario needed a lot of work. So if at least two of these three areas are true, then you're probably better off starting a brand new QuickBooks and trying to get to the point of quick and dirty financials. Remember, in this scenario, we're assuming that, well, yeah, if all the transactions are posted, then reconciliations can't be done, right? We're off to starting fresh with a new QuickBooks. One of my favorite things to do. That's it for here. My name is Thomas. I'm a master bookkeeper based in New York City. Hit me up with any questions or concerns. Bye.